reality, imagination. Is there a difference? Your idea of reality is shaped by your imagination. Your perspective shapes how you view yourself and those around you, as well as your environment, whether you grew up rich or poor. It shows in your demeanor. Burning, a film by director Chang-dong, explores class differences, personal biases, hope, and meaning. Hemi talks about two types of hunger: little hunger, which is physical hunger, and great hunger, which is hunger for meaning. The former is able to be quenched, but the latter is never ending. The great hunger is humans' search for meaning. It is all-consuming and most times biased. We search for the answer we want to hear. Most of the time, it's not the objective answer. Hami's room faces north. Therefore, there is never direct sunlight into a room. It's always dark. The only glimpse of light comes from a reflection from the Seoul Tower, only if you're lucky enough to catch it. Dark room with no light, no future, and the only glimmer of hope is through a reflection. Through others, you can find a hint of hope in a sea of darkness. It is unclear whether the light is hope for Hemi or hope for Jong-soo. Hemi, in her search for meaning, she found loneliness and despair. She wanted to disappear like a sunset.
내가 세상의 끝에 왔나 보다. 그런 생각이 들면서 나도 저 동물처럼 사라지고 싶다. 죽는 건 너무 무섭고 그냥 아예 없었던 것처럼 사라질 수 있었으면 좋겠다.
The search for meaning is a lifelong pursuit with no clear reward. If you continue to pursue an answer, you will slip further and further from the truth. Jong-soo and Ben are complete opposites. Ben always smiles and is carefree, while Jong-soo never smiles and always feels stuck. Stuck physically and metaphorically. Physically, he is the third wheel in Hemi and Ben's relationship. Metaphorically, Jong-soo is stuck in life. He is working a dead-end job, living in terrible living conditions, and having problems with the law. Hemi is emotional about finding meaning in her life. This is a pursuit of the great hunger. Ben and his friends, on the other hand, are in search of the little hunger, quick little moments of joy. In these two clips, Hemi on the left, Ben's new girlfriend on the right, watch the friend's reaction as Hemi talks about meaning and finding oneself. Contrary to the amusing anecdote mentioned on the right about Chinese money. Side note, there's a clear use of color to indicate dichotomy, as well as separation through character placement. Take note of the color of the character's clothing. Light are dark. Ben and Hemi both have the same color clothes, but Junsu has a different color, usually of a shade darker. Let's talk about the greenhouse. What is a greenhouse? A greenhouse is usually built away from the main house and houses plants rather than humans. These greenhouses are built lightweight without a strong base or structure. Here, the greenhouse is a metaphor for people who have no attachments, whose foundations are built around a hollow shell, walls so thin you barely remember it's there. And because of that, they can disappear without a trace, vanish into thin air, as if it never existed. As humans, we want answers, sometimes to questions that have no answers. So we look for affirmations, anything that can reinforce our beliefs. In our pursuit of truth and meaning, we sometimes find a part of ourselves that we did not know existed, where our imagination becomes our reality. It's not about good or bad, but about perspective, how one interprets the world and the endless yearning for meaning.
나 지금 떠나고 싶어.